What if the most astounding discovery from ancient Egypt wasn't concealed beneath the grandeur of a pyramid but spread across an expansive, barren desert, camouflaged by millennia of sandstorms and neglect? Far from the verdant banks of the sacred Nile, archaeologists have uncovered the remains of a vast, hidden gold empire, an industrial marvel that once fueled the opulence of pharaohs and the splendor of gods. Astonishingly, this complex wasn't constructed for monuments or memorials. Its sole purpose was the relentless production of gold. For countless centuries, Egypt dazzled the ancient world with its monumental structures, glittering treasures, and captivating mysteries. Yet, a critical question persisted. Where did all the gold originate? How could an ancient civilization mine, refine, and mass-produce one of Earth's rarest elements without machinery, electricity, or modern tools? The answers lie concealed in Egypt's remote eastern desert, in forgotten locations like Wadi al-Hudi and Umis. These weren't ordinary cities. They were carefully designed factories, precisely engineered into unforgiving rocky terrain, shaped by the relentless hands of countless laborers and illuminated only by flickering fires under an immense sky. From above, these ruins manifest as deliberate scars etched symmetrically across the landscape. But up close, they unveil a deeper narrative of grand scale and hidden complexity. What initially appears as mere crumbling stone walls, scattered shards of quartz, and windblown dunes slowly reveals itself as an intricately designed industrial complex. Enormous grinding stations stretch far and wide across the desert floor, meticulously constructed to pulverize quartz ore and liberate the precious gold hidden within. The entire operation was methodical and brilliantly orchestrated. Workers, operating in disciplined, rotating shifts, painstakingly chipped away ore from towering cliffs using copper chisels, before hauling it across the desert to expansive grinding yards. Here, generations of women and children meticulously ground the quartz into a fine, powdery dust using stone tools worn smooth through centuries of dedicated labor. Even more astonishing is their use of gravity separation, a sophisticated method of swirling crushed ore in shallow basins, allowing the heavier gold to sink and be separated, a process modern engineers use to this day, yet perfected over 3,000 years ago. Envision the rhythmic clinking of stone against stone, the whispering desert winds, and the low chants and prayers of laborers invoking divine protection. This was not mere labor, it was a deeply ritualistic endeavor blending physical exertion with spiritual reverence. Yet, extracting gold from crushed quartz was only half the challenge. How did ancient Egyptians isolate pure metal from the ore using only elemental fire and air? Here is where their true genius becomes evident: the invention of the mobile clay furnace. These weren't primitive kilns. Rather, they were meticulously engineered devices lined with heat-resistant clay, continuously fed with oxygen via leather bellows, achieving temperatures exceeding 1,000 degrees Celsius. This heat level was sufficient to melt gold, effectively separating it cleanly from the quartz impurities. Mobility was essential because once a gold vein was depleted, mining operations quickly shifted, requiring the furnaces to move along with the miners. Consequently, the gold complex functioned like a dynamic organism, ever adapting, continuously productive, and perpetually evolving. But who maintained and operated this complex? Contrary to common historical assumptions, these were not primarily slave camps. Archaeological evidence, such as inscriptions, pottery shards, and personal items, paints a diverse picture of skilled craftsmen, conscripted agricultural workers, and even volunteers hoping for divine favor or worldly reward. Despite harsh conditions and oppressive heat, their humanity shines through the millennia in poignant messages left behind. One pottery fragment captures the daily struggles vividly. Hot today, hard work, but Pharaoh needs gold. Another meticulously details allocations of bread and beer, highlighting the critical logistical support required to sustain this extensive workforce. When viewed from a broader perspective, this complex emerges as an advanced logistical marvel comprising quarries, storage areas, workshops, temples, and roads, forming an intricate city designed not for worship or governance, but purely for gold production. At its heart was gold itself, revered as the flesh of the gods, eternal, incorruptible, and sacred. This metal adorned statues, lined royal coffins, and crowned magnificent temples, marking gold mining as not merely economic but profoundly sacred. Workers regularly offered prayers and burned incense before initiating smelting processes, turning industrial work into an act of divine alchemy. Despite the scale of this enterprise and the profound devotion of its workers, their legacy nearly vanished into obscurity. With Egypt's gradual decline, these desert outposts were abandoned, swallowed by drifting sands and ravaged by looters. Over centuries, these complexes were dismissed as insignificant ruins, until advanced satellite imagery uncovered their hidden order, revealing meticulously planned grids, distinct patterns, and extensive pathways beneath what seemed like mere erosion. Modern technologies such as drones and lidar scans have further revealed these forgotten networks, completely reshaping our understanding of ancient Egyptian capabilities. These were far from temporary camps. Rather, they were sophisticated engineered systems integrating high-temperature metallurgy, efficient logistical chains, and agile, mobile infrastructure. If the pyramids symbolized Egypt's grandeur to the world, these hidden mines embodied its industrial and technological heart. Yet, why were these sophisticated complexes so thoroughly forgotten? Perhaps because they were never meant to be admired or remembered. Gold's legacy isn't left where it is produced, only where it glitters in final form. Egyptian tombs and temples were meant to endure eternally, whereas these industrial complexes were tools deliberately sacrificed, hidden behind the dazzling facade of Egypt's grandeur. Today, however, their rediscovery speaks powerfully, prompting essential questions. If ancient Egyptians mastered the manipulation of fire, earth, and chemistry more than 3,000 years ago, what other profound knowledge have we overlooked? Could these ancient techniques inspire modern solutions in energy, resource extraction, or sustainable practices, or will they forever remain elusive whispers buried beneath desert sands?